Welcome to the Intimate Marriage Podcast, where I teach educated, successful couples how to have incredible, passionate relationships so that you can stop compromising and start feeling fully alive in your relationship. I'm Alexandra Stockwell, aka the Intimacy Doctor. I'm a physician, a relationship and intimacy coach, and I'm an intimate marriage expert. My husband and I have been married for 26 years. We have 4 children and full professional lives, and we've created an amazing marriage. I've shown hundreds of couples how to do so as well. So if you want to deepen your understanding of your own relationship and learn to access new heights of emotional, sensual, and erotic intimacy, you're in the right place. I will show you how. Now, let's dive in. Setting yourself up right for Valentine's Day. What does it take to make your Valentine's celebration a wonderful, exciting, nourishing, passionate, tender experience? Not that it needs to be all of those. I'm really just talking about whichever one you might like. Well, let's start and consider your associations with Valentine's Day. I'll share mine. I think some of my happiest Valentine memories are the cards that I used to get from Nana Jeannie, my grandmother, and Nana Sarah, my great-grandmother. I still have cards they sent me when I was 5, 8, 9, 12 years old, and they make me smile. They warm my heart, and there's a way when I see those cards that I respond that doesn't entirely make sense. So I know that part of it is just that it was a really special experience when I originally received them, and that's coming to the surface again. Then I don't really remember what was going on Valentine's Day in middle school and high school. I'm sure it was kind of awkward, but my next more significant memory is my first serious boyfriend in college. We got together right around Valentine's Day, but a little after, and everything was kind of cool and not that well defined when we started transitioning from hanging out as friends to hanging out and becoming girlfriend and boyfriend. So I don't actually remember anything one way or the other about Valentine's Day that first year, but I definitely very, very clearly remember that the following year, he broke up with me on Valentine's Day. And honestly, I knew a number of people in my 20s who associated Valentine's Day with breakups. I don't know why that is, but anyway, what I also really remember is that when I was single, Valentine's Day was a time to just wish that I had a partner, wish that I had a boyfriend to be able to celebrate with. And once I had my boyfriend, especially the one who went on to become my husband, Valentine's Day always had this sort of weird quality for me because I thought it should be romantic and wonderful. But honestly, it never was. We were busy. We had different expectations. And I felt sort of ambivalent about it because I thought maybe this is just a made-up holiday from Hallmark. Of course, I knew about St. Valentine and actually just looked up the story again in preparation for recording this podcast. And I have to say, I really do not understand how St. Valentine the martyr became a Christian martyr in the 3rd century, how he became the inspiration for red roses and pink hearts and all of the things that we associate with Valentine's Day. That really is some marketing genius at play. So that's some of my baggage. I hope you have more delightful baggage, but probably it's a mixed bag for you too. And so if you want to now, going forward, set yourself up to have a beautiful Valentine's Day celebration with your beloved, I'm going to share how to do it because it is certainly something that I now thoroughly enjoy. First of all, there's a very important principle in personal growth, and it goes like this. If you want to grow and change, it's essential that you know where you start. It's essential that you know where you are and you know where you want to be. So what does that mean? Well, just very simply, for example, if you want to get directions somewhere, if you want your GPS to guide you to a particular destination, you have to include your starting point or you can't access reliable results. And similarly, when it comes to up-leveling and really enjoying your Valentine's Day celebration, it's very helpful to clarify where you're starting. And by where you're starting, I mean, what are your associations? What is your baggage? Do you have a sense of disappointment, pressure, numbness, fantasy? Where are you in the emotional landscape around Valentine's Day? It's really valuable to take some time to identify this because it's sure to reveal some insights and have you explain what otherwise might be sort of weird, frustrating experiences. And once you have a better understanding of where you're starting from, then take the time to really consider, what do you want to experience? Yes, there's Hollywood's portrayal of Valentine's, and I'm sure Netflix will have a whole collection of Valentine-related movies. And there are the Hallmark cards and what they say. And there's what social media reveals about Valentine's Day. But what do you actually want to experience? I can tell you for myself, some years I'm super excited to get dressed up, heels and a red dress, and go have a really romantic evening with my husband. And there are other Valentines when I'm just happy to get into bed together after the children are asleep and watch a movie together, cuddling and just enjoying how much we love one another. Sometimes it's a longer adventure. Any given year, it's going to be different because my Valentine's Day desires are not static. They evolve with me, with our relationship, with what's going on in my husband's life. And the same is going to be true for you too. Of course, you and your honey may have a tradition or may choose to develop a tradition and you do the same thing every year. But all else being equal, you want to check in and see, what do you want to experience this year? And after you've clarified where your starting point is, what your thoughts, beliefs, baggage, frustrations, and fantasies are, and then you clarify what you want to experience with any level of specificity that suits you, then the next extremely important step is to lovingly convey that to your partner so that both of you know what you desire. And of course, you want to ask your partner what they want too. So maybe if you're a woman listening, you want your partner to plan the whole thing. Maybe you want to plan it together. Maybe you want Mexican food. Maybe you want an early night. Maybe you want to go out dancing. I'm not, of course, listing all of the possibilities, but whatever it is, go ahead and tell your partner. And let me add that it's important to share what activities you want to do, what kind of food you want to eat, if you want a gift or not. Those are important things to say if they're not already understood. But even more so, it's important to share how you want to feel. Do you want to feel romantic? Do you want to engage in an athletic challenge together? Do you want to learn something new? Maybe you do a cooking class together for Valentine's Day. Think about both what you want to do and how you want to feel, and share that with your partner after asking your partner to think about it too, or you can just share this episode with them. For me, ever since I started doing this, thinking about what kind of experience I want to have, both in terms of actions and feelings, and I've conveyed them to my husband and really listened to hear what he wants to do. And sometimes it's clear like we're on the same page. And sometimes we actually have two celebrations. If we're each in the mood for something super different, we do what he wants to do and we do what I want to do. And honestly, that's always very fun as well. Although it is rare because mostly we're on the same page about what we want to do. But the point that I really want to convey is that sometimes Valentine's Day is a big celebration for us. Sometimes it's small. Sometimes it's just the two of us. Sometimes it's the family. But every year now, instead of having this kind of weird emptiness about the whole thing, I know it's going to be lovely. It's going to be successful. It's going to be something that both of us enjoy. And I've shared all of this so that you and your honey can set yourselves up for success, creating a Valentine's Day celebration which suits the two of you as well. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend, and please leave a rating and a review. And if you're ready to deepen your relationship and create a truly intimate, delicious, and vibrant marriage, head over to the Work With Me page at alexandrastockwell.com and choose the program that's right for you.